Hello and welcome to Nikolai's genetics lessons, and today's problem is individuals tree 3 and tree 4 are expecting their first child when they become aware that they both have a family history of this recessive condition. As the genetic counselor, you can calculate the probability that they are carriers and that the child will be affected with the condition. So how we are going to approach this problem? In order to find the probability for the unborn child, that's why we use this sign, to be affected, we have to find the probability for the parents of this child to be carriers. So we know that the phenotypes are normal, and the only way that child would be affected if he would inherit two recessive alleles. And the child cannot inherit two recessive alleles from one parent, and by the way, in this case, parent phenotype also would be affected. So the only way that a child can be affected if he would inherit recessive allele from each parent. So he would be homozygous recessive. So we basically have to find probability for one parent to be capital R and small r, and second parent also to be capital R and small r, and probability of the child to be small r, small r. So let's find these probabilities. Let's start with analyzing this left side. So you see that this male has a sister and a brother is affected. Brother got one defective allele from his mother's side, and he have to get the second defective allele from his father's side. But father's phenotype is normal, so we can say that his genotype is capital R, small r. So now we know that female, their mother is heterozygous, so capital R, small r. We know that the father is also heterozygous, capital R and small r. And now we can find the probability for phenotypically normal male to be a carrier, and let's take a look. Capital R here, capital R, small r here, capital R, small r here, and small r here. We know for sure that this male is not affected, so we can exclude this variant from our calculations. And basically we have to choose probability for him to be a carrier between these three variants. And as you see, probability would be 2 out of 3. Not 2 out of 4 once again, but 2 out of 3. Because we know for sure that his phenotype is normal, and now we have to find the probability that having normal phenotype, this person would be a carrier or would be heterozygous. And we have found that such probability would be 2/3. 2 out of 3. Probability for this person to be heterozygous. Now let's find probability for this female also to be heterozygous. So let's analyze what we see here. We see here that this female is affected, and it is obvious that her genotype is small r, small r. And we know that this person is heterozygous, so that means that his father can be of the two genotypes, capital R, or capital R, small r. So we put just capital R and blank space for his genotype. And as for the female here and this male, by the way, the probabilities to be a carrier, so we're actually not interested in this male. We can put capital R and blank space. Once again, this male can inherit dominant allele from his mother's side, and with a dominant or recessive allele from the father side, so his phenotype anyway would be normal. So what is the probability for this female to be heterozygous? And let's do another Punnett square. So we know that father is heterozygous, so capital R and small r. So father genotype here on the top. So this is father side and this is mother side. And mother's genotype, as you see, capital R, so capital R, and as a result of such a cross, we can expect in the progeny following genotypes: capital R here, capital R, small r here, capital R here, and capital R, small r here. As you see, probability for the progeny to be heterozygous is 50%, 2 out of 4. 2 out of 4 is the same as 1/2, so 1/2. We have found that probability of this male to be heterozygous is 2/3. Probability of this female to be heterozygous is 1/2, and this is not the end of our calculations. So father has probability to be heterozygous, which is 2/3, and mother has probability of being heterozygous 1/2. So we can use this Punnett square. If one parent and second parent are heterozygous, we have 1/4 probability that the child would be affected. 1 out of 4. So now we have just to multiply all these probabilities. 2/3 multiplied by 1/2 and multiplied by 1/4 probability for the child, if both parents would be heterozygous, to be affected. So 2/3 multiplied by 1/2 going to be 2/6, or 1/3, and multiplied by 1/4 we are going to get 1/12. And this is going to be our answer today. Thank you for your attention. Please subscribe for my new videos that I post almost every day. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please write your comments, questions if you have any. Share this video with your classmates, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.